Hello, everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. So we're just going to wait for a couple of seconds so that a few more people can join. Thank you for joining me today for today's webinar. It's the third and the last episode of the Distribution Portal webinar series. And today we are going to talk about how you can use Distribution Portal internally inside your organization. And the title of this webinar is Efficient Delegation and Effective Distribution. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about. And by the way, I'm Anna. I am a customer success representative at Pointerpro. And again, thank you for joining. So let's just go ahead and start. So what we are going to talk about today. So first, let's take a quick look at the agenda. We're going to see who this webinar is for, what is a distribution portal in itself, and then we'll see how to delegate assessments, the assessment distribution to your team members inside the organization. We'll take a closer look at how everything works, and then we have a couple of minutes for questions at the end of the presentation. So don't forget to leave your questions in the right-hand side bottom corner of the screen. I'll do my best to answer them with as many details as possible. So who is this webinar for? Typically, this webinar is for HR professionals who would like to optimize the assessment distribution and feedback delivery inside their organization. And it is, of course, for all kinds of leaders who are looking for a more efficient, more convenient way to distribute assessments inside their organization. So this could be multiple use cases, so we're going to talk a couple of them. First, before we start the distribution portal part of the webinar, I would just wanted to take a quick look at the A's of Pointerpro. So there are 4, or rather 5 of them. So most of you are already on our reporter tier, reporter license. So this is the tier that allows you to digitize your assessments and create them on the platform, and then also set up templates to create PDF reports and so that the tool auto-generates personalized feedback to each respondent. And then as a kind of a next step, there is the distributor. So this is like an add-on for a reporter license so that you can delegate and boost the assessment distribution. So what is distribution portal? I think the best way to kind of illustrate what the distribution portal does is to take a look at how you distribute your assessments without the distribution portal inside your organization. If you're an HR manager or you are a part of the leadership team, it is true that you might spend too much time on managing contacts of the respondents, uploading them on Pointerpro, making sure that all of the emails are in place, and then you're sending them out, you're sorting the responses. That's even, it sounds super hard and tedious as I'm describing it. So with distribution portal, you elevate that process. You make it easier for yourself by delegating that side of the distribution of the assessments to your team managers. So on the right-hand side, you can see how the distribution portal allows you to create a self-service hub for the team managers or for the, let's say, key people at different parts of your organization. So we're, of course, taking the example here is more for, like HR professionals and leadership teams, but these can also be different departments inside a bigger organization. This can be relevant for a school, any kind of like institution of the sort, hospitals, and just like any kind of bigger organization as well. So you can see also 3 zones here. There's the admin zone, where you operate, and then there's, as I mentioned earlier, there's a self-service hub for the team managers, where they manage their own contacts, responses, and make the whole distribution process easier. So this is just, here you can see a very nice illustration of what the self-service hub looks like from the managers, from the team managers' view. So here, that is where they can assign assessments to their teams, to the team members, manage the campaigns, and see the results. So let's take a look at a use case. So the most common use case would be managing the distribution of employee assessments inside an organization. So here, well, what kind of assessments you can share? Those could be, you can see a couple of examples here on the right-hand side. This can be, an employee engagement assessment, an employee skills assessment, 360 assessments, even personality assessments. So those are, also commonly used in an organization for the employees. And you, as an HR professional or as a leader, you can just grant access to a self-service hub to your team managers, and there they will be managing the distribution of the assessments inside their own teams. If we take a closer look at what the interface looks like to you as an admin, on the left-hand side here, you will see, you will kind of like still stay on the reporter, or on the Pointerpro side, so you don't need to log out. You will find this whole interface in the My Team side if you're a distributor, customer. And here, so you will see that the interface on the left-hand side. If you're a team manager, you will have your own little portal where you will be able, to manage your assessments, see the status of each campaign, view results, and so on. So another use case would be for, I would say, bigger companies where we have several branches or maybe several departments. So here, you would be distributing your assessments inside the organization, but as I mentioned, 2 different parts of it. So here we'll see a good illustration of you being the administrator of the whole thing. So seeing your assessments, you will have, of course, the editing rights of it. And then as an administrator from the headquarters, you grant access to self-service hubs to your branch managers, for example, or the managers of a specific department as well. Mainly it's like branches or departments. And then the departments or branch managers are able to distribute the assessment for their branch employees or even the customers of that specific branch. What types of assessments you can send out in this use case? As you can see here, it's something like customer satisfaction assessments, employee skills assessments, if we're talking about sending out the assessments to different branches of your organization, and something like product feedback questionnaires, so that you as the administrator in the headquarters, you grant access to the product feedback questionnaire, and then the branch managers make sure to send them out to the customers of each branch. And just again, a closer look, what you as an admin would see and what the branch managers would see on their end. So again, each branch manager has their own assessments that you grant them access to, and they manage the the distribution of those assessments as well as the results. So on your end, there's no hassle with managing the contacts, uploading them, making sure the emails are right, and then sending out the feedback and so on. So everything would be delegated to a key person in that specific branch. So how it works. Here we have so I mentioned that there are several zones, right? So there's the admin zone, which is on the Pointerpro side, and then there's a customer zone, and we're going to take a quicker look at it right now. So first, in here, you'll see that it's like all white with a little bit of a blue color. So that just means that you can completely customize this distribution portal, the customer zone. You can add your logo. You can manage the colors. Your managers, so your team managers or the branch managers, right? So they will have access to all of their own email campaigns, to their contacts, to the questionnaires that you shared with them. Share only, so no editing or so on. And they can distribute those assessments, right, that you grant them access to. In here, you can customize the welcome message for them. So there's the short description, and there's a longer description where you can place a help guide on how to use this portal here. Can be a link to a video, for example, where you explain it in more detail. Then in here, they see the existing email campaigns, the status of these campaigns, and you see like last edited date. They can also search by and filter by the status of the campaign, and they can sort it alphabetically. And when they send out this campaign, the invitation template, so the email can be pre-created by you. So you can decide what information goes in the body of the email, or you can fully pre-create it for the team managers, so they don't have to create it themselves, or you can leave it up to them and give them freedom, creative freedom. So and in here, just as I mentioned, we have the campaign status, which ones are sent, which ones are scheduled, and which ones are also ended. So we don't have a little end thing in here. And another important part of the customer's view is the customer portal. Well, actually the team manager's portal or the branch manager's portal is the results tab. So here you can see the results per campaign or per questionnaire, and they can also see individual responses and individual PDFs as well. There's also a possibility to export responses to CSV, and you can either grant this permission to your team managers and branch managers or not. So that depends completely on you. So you can see that there's a lot of personalization that can be done for each branch of your organization or for each team. And also, this of course kind of takes all of the managing part and distribution part of your shoulders and lets you scale the distribution of your assessments. So this is pretty much it. This is again, I think I forgot to mention that this is a very short type of webinars. Quick and short. So now we have the questions and answers Q&A part of the webinar. So if you have any questions, just let me know so I can maybe elaborate a little bit on some parts of the webinar, of the presentation. So we're just gonna wait a little bit for maybe, oh, here we go. We have a question. So can my respondents see the results, and do they also get to download the PDF report? Well, the PDF report download, that depends on the assessment, right? So some assessments let the respondents download the report, some don't. But yeah, the respondents can see the results if the assessment allows for it. There's also a possibility to let the team managers or branch managers create an account, like a little one-pager portal for each respondent, so that they can see what assessments they still have to take and what assessments they have taken with their results in there. So it's an optional feature. So that this way it creates the kind of like a contact zone as well, so the respondents zone. Let me know if it's if I need to elaborate on that a little bit more. Okay. We have questions. So, do the managers see results of everyone? Well, the managers see the results of their contacts. So of their respondents. Let's say this is, I am the team manager. So I got access to my own portal where I have, let's say, 20 people in my team, and I want to distribute that assessment to my whole team. I upload all of my contacts, their first names, last names, emails. I also can assign a specific, like some kind of like custom information about that respondent, and then I share the assessment with them, and I only have the results of that team. So I only see my team. The admins see everything. Yeah, so the admins have the results available. That's oops, I think I closed something. Okay, here we go. How can managers follow up on the results? Well, it depends. So if you would like to somehow, like, I think, Sarah, I think you mean automatically follow up, right? So that you don't have to do it manually, or like, well, yes. So I think that it can be done on the assessment level. So assessments, it depends on whether you would like to automatically follow up. So the assessment that you shared, you could make sure to include an email template to send out a follow-up email. But this would need to be done on the assessment level, and you would need to, if you are a team manager, you would need to discuss this with the creator of the assessment. Let me see. Oh, we have a question from James. By the way, sorry, I didn't mention your names. So James is asking, do I decide which assessments I should give access to who, and how do I do that? Yes, absolutely. So you are as an administrator, you are the only person who can give access to the assessments. And when you create the team member, right? So when you create the team manager's role, you have a list of all of your assessments, and next to it a button that either allows that specific team member to share the assessments or not. So that's completely up to you. Yeah, no one else can do that for you. How long does it take to set it up? Well, it depends. So it's actually a pretty straightforward process. And we also offer onboardings, which most probably I will be hosting. So it is a pretty straightforward setup, and it can be set up in a couple of hours. Yeah, so actually the whole thing might take you even less time as an administrator. So creating a team member is literally a couple of minutes. For setting up the descriptions and the email templates, that depends on you. If you already have all of the content in there that you would like to share for the team managers, or for the branch managers, the ones that have their own zone, setting up a campaign takes their like 5 steps. They're also very straightforward. So I think the longest part would be actually just collecting your team's information. So yeah, if you actually dedicate your time to it, you can be done in an hour. It can be pretty fast. But the testing could take up some time. So we have a question from Simon about pricing. So how much does it cost? Well, the cost depends on the number of customers on your account. So yeah, let's say you would like to have 10 teams and 10 team managers. So you would need to send out to have 10 seats on your account. If you have a larger organization with 20 departments, then it's at least 20 seats as well. So that always depends on the scale. So yeah, that depends on the seats. Okay, so I think you have still a couple of seconds to ask your questions or not. So just let me know if there's anything else. If you have any other questions, you can always reach out to our support email that you see here on the screen. And it was great having you here. I don't think we have any more questions. Well, I had fun. So let us know what you think about Distribution Portal, and see you soon. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, everyone.